Hey guys, thank you for joining. Good evening to each and everyone. So I'll just start by playing a video.
दोस्तों, वेलकम टू अपना कम्युनिटी। ये वो जगह है जहां आप अपने असली पोटेंशियल को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। देखो, सबके पास स्किल्स होते हैं, पर क्या आपके अंदर वो स्पार्क है जो आपको कामयाबी की ऊंचाइयों तक ले जा सकता है? अगर आप सोच रहे हैं जॉब चेंज करने के लिए लेकिन रेज्यूमे सेलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा या फिर इंग्लिश में इंटरव्यू देना थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग लग रहा है, तो फिक्र मत कीजिए। यहां हम हैं आपके साथ, आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगी बेहतरीन कम्युनिटीज जहां आप अपने प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स को सुधार सकते हैं। चाहे आप एक्सेल, टैली, जीएसटी में माहिर बनना चाहें या फिर आप खुद एक ब्यूटिशियन या डिजाइनर हैं, तो यहां आप अपने काम को शोकेस करके दूसरों को टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देते हुए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगा मेंटर्स का एक खजाना और बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का साथ जो आपको हर कदम पर 1-to-1 गाइड करेंगे। यहां आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अपने फील्ड या इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप्स, जहां आपको ऐसे कई लोग मिलेंगे जिनसे सीख के आप वो गलती ना करें जो वो कर चुके हैं। ऐसे लोगों की जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था एज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स एंड आर नाउ सक्सेसफुल मैनेजर्स इन देयर डोमेन्स, जो आपको आगे बढ़ाने में मदद करेगा। यहां आपको मिलेगा वो सही डायरेक्शन जो आपकी करियर को नेक्स्ट लेवल ले जाएगा। तो लेट्स अनलॉक योर पोटेंशियल टुगेदर। अपना कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन करें और अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने का सफर शुरू करें।
Hey guys, welcome to today's Apna exclusive session. So thank you for joining in. If you're attending these sessions for the first time, I would like to start with a quick introduction. This is a part of the Apna Community Exclusives, a webinar series that we have been conducting for the last couple of months. We host regular sessions from 7 p.m. on weekdays and from 3 p.m. on weekends in a variety of subjects like spoken English, interview prep, resume creation, technical skills, job interviews, job placements, and all. So the main objective of these events is to help you grow professionally, help in the advancement of your career, and get better jobs. So today's session is about designing the digital dream, Gen AI in action. So for this session, we have Ashish with us. Ashish is a senior software engineer at Microsoft. He's specializing in AI and ML. With nearly a decade of experience, he excels in designing and developing enterprise level software. Ashish possesses a robust function in object-oriented program and is proficient in complete SDLC. His expertise encompasses analyzing user requirements, designing solutions, to name a few. Ashish contributes significantly to advancing technology and improving business processes through his work in AI and ML. So, thank you so much, Ashish, for joining us today. Without any further ado, I would like to hand it over to you.
Thanks, Siddharth, for nice introduction. Hello, everyone. Very good evening. Hope all of you can hear me. And I'll quickly share my screen and hope my screen is also visible. All texts are good. If any one of you can confirm.
Yeah, Ashish.
Yeah, we are good to start. Awesome. Thanks, everyone, for joining for today's session, which is going to be on generative AI in action. It's about designing the digital dream. Before starting the session, I'll be actively tracking the chats for any questions or any discussions which are happening. And also, I mean, feel free to ask, put up any question. If required, I'll take up the question, all the valid question. And toward the end also, I'll give some time for the questions getting asked to answer that. Yeah, so with this, I think we are good to start. Before starting session, just wanted to take a pulse. What do you guys understand, or have you ever heard about generative AI? Like all of you have heard about generative AI? You can type in chat, or if you wish to unmute, you can put down. Yeah. So what do you think about generative AI? No. Okay. So couple of responses. Awesome. I would like to have the session interactive. So your responses in the chat with yes, no will really motivate me to do better. Okay, great. So we'll get to know everything about generative AI in today's session, like not in advanced level, as in like the technical part of it, but as a layman. Okay. So since we have started like as a homo sapien, the great invention of ours was computer, right? So computer over the time has got intelligence. So what we used to do is, let's say we used to code, and that code we used to execute in computer. Do you all guys know that some level of coding we do, and then we execute, and then it generates the output. Now that is what in general we say, uh, instruction getting executed and generating the output. When you actually in bank, you deduct some money, 5 rupees, paying 5 rupees to merchant, it get deducted from your account and it get added to merchant's account, is it? So this is all computer instructions. You wrote some code which is actually deducting some money from your account and adding some money to the merchant account. Now this is what we say what computer in general do. They execute instruction. But over the time, what is happening is computer is becoming intelligence. Computer is becoming intelligent, and which is exactly what we say intelligence as service we are going to receive. Intelligence as a service what we are going to receive. So what does this mean? Now computer is able to what? Well, how does intelligence generate? How do we become intelligent? I mean, in general, we are able to learn and think. Yeah, we are not just able to execute. What does execute means? Someone has told, get the bucket of water. We are getting the bucket of water and putting it somewhere. That is execution. But we are able to learn that how to take the bucket, think, is it really required? That is what computer is becoming. And that is what is about the AI, what we are going to learn. So what does uh, terminologies, I mean, the way how we portray generative AI, right? So imagine a big circle which is of AI. Now it is not that AI wasn't there in scene until now. It was always there, but what we used to see was machine learning. Have you ever heard about computer vision? OpenCV. Computer vision is about like when you actually show your ID card, your image is being detected, okay? Or the face detection. You would have seen laptops which actually detect your face and then it locks it's locks in, right? So that is computer vision. Now AI is that big domain where a lot of things it get covered. Machine learning, computer vision, which is set of things which are already fed, and system is responding based on that. Another example, good example of computer vision will be uh, when when the when you're showing the apple, system is giving that, okay, this is an apple, this is an apple, okay, or banana, this is a banana, okay. That is what computer vision is. But part of it part of it inside that is what about generative AI. Yeah. So what does generative AI means? In GPT, the generative AI, one second, I'll keep the chat here. Yeah. So generative AI is more about having the context, okay, wherein I can generate the response. Now I'll come to the P and T part of it, but inside generative AI, there is a small thing which is called large language model, LLM, and inside LLM, there is a product which is developed is Chat GPT. Okay. Now Chat GPT is one product of generative AI which is using large language model, and don't worry about that LLM, what is stands for large language model. If you're not understanding, I'll come to that. But overall, I wanted to give the bird eye view where actually generative AI is standing. It's a part of AI. It's not that generative AI is something wherein uh, even machine learning, computer vision, everything is generative AI. Not. If you see YouTube recommendation, okay, like based on your past data, it recommends that, okay, this is the new video you should see. That is machine learning. That is not generative AI. That is machine learning. If you would have seen that how the web search result, or let's say Amazon, uh, based on your purchase data or based on your view history, the product, it starts suggesting you some product to purchase. Those are a machine learning. Those doesn't come under generative AI. Now I'll start touch basing on generative AI. Where does this come start in scenario? Okay, and the large language model. Hmm. I'm just checking the question. If okay, LLM second stage now. Okay, so generative AI is more about generating text, image, video, or a lot of things. Wherever you are seeing the content is being generated based on what? Based on your prompt. So what me I mean to say, you have one person at your disposable, happy person, who is taking input from you, like, okay, you want this, okay, you want this, you want this, and the person is generating something for you. Okay, is generating the text, is generating the images, generating the video or other data using what? Using a generative model, which is large language model. Okay, now what is generative model? Anyone? Hope every one of you can hear me clearly. Sandeep doesn't look like to hear me clearly. Okay. Now let's see how this everyone understood. Like, this is the person who is taking your input and generating some output, right? Input, 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 and generating output here. Now this person exactly is the what it is doing with the input, that it is able to generate the output. That is where the responsibility of large language model comes. Okay. Now, how is our brain is made? Anyone know, like, what does in our brain has, which actually work in a way that we respond, we think, we learn? What is our brain is made up of? Don't say blood and cells and all those things. I'm talking about technical. What is that our brain is made up of? Neurons? Oh, great answer. Electrical pulses, conscious mind, neurons. Exactly. I was expecting that. Neurons. Okay. So what are neurons? Now our brain is made up of neurons. Same way you understand that LLM, large language model. What are neurons? It's a basically neural network. Okay. So what is neural network? There are a lot of data points. Okay. There are a lot of numbers. Just imagine that there are a lot of numbers. Okay. This is what I'm talking about LLM. Okay. Now this model is something which is like a brain. Okay. Which are connected. Just the numbers. Okay. These are all just numbers. Now, what happened is when these are connected, neural networks are connected, what is it bound to have is it get intelligence based on what we train. But we'll come to the intelligence part of it, like how we make the model intelligent. But what neural network generally do, okay, it takes the input, let's say number 1, 5, 3, 16, some number I feed in, and it generates the output. Some numbers 5, 2, 13, 4. Based on what it is generating the output? That is a fair question. I mean, you will ask me, I have given some input as a number and it has generated some output as a number. Now, based on what it is actually giving the output, that is what model is part of it. Like based on what your neural networks are fed in. Okay. In a simple term, like even the basic computer science, if you would have done, you will know hashing, right? uh, in hashing, what we do is we just give some input and generate some output. So let's say mod 4. Okay, if I give 16 mod 4, what it generates, let's say 16 is the input, 16 mod 4 is 0, 15 mod 4 is what, 3, 12 mod 4 is again 0. Now what is here, it is happening, the output is generated on the right side, and the left side, these are inputs, 16, 15, 12. And this is our model. Okay, mod 4, mod 3, mod 2. So uh, whatever we are giving is the hashing. Can you explain about hashing? Okay, so hashing is again, it's a function. Okay, just a black box. Remember, hashing is just a black box, and you give input and it generates output based on the box. Encryption, decryption, if any one of you know encryption, decryption. So let's say encrypting the data. Okay, it generates some data, right? It takes that data and generates the data. What does we use in between? We use hashing. Okay, decryption, again it decrypt and generate the data. So understanding that way, there's a model which is, yes, secure. So that is one way of hashing. So hashing is a huge term, I am telling. It is used for encryption and decryption. It is used for a lot of other technologies, load balancing and consistent hashing and a lot of things. But what I'm telling is hashing is a one way or very broader term where we give the input and generate some output. Okay, we generate some output. Same way, large language model, or let's say not include large, I'll say just language model. Language model is neural network. Okay, a set of network which actually takes the data and produce the output. Now take the numbers and produce the numbers. That is the basic. Now these numbers are actually your texts, images, or videos, and these outputs are actually generated texts, images, or videos. Okay, so what is the min max technique in AI? Karan, there is no min-max technique, I guess, in AI. If you can elaborate your question. Uh, min-max is basically in data structure algorithm, I guess it come the technique. Okay. So
Ashish,
yeah, go ahead.
Kishan had a question, Kishan Sahai. He
Mhm.
did not understand something. He put it in the QA box. So, Kishan, if you're there, if you can unmute or if you can just put it in the chat, Ashish will answer it. You can go ahead. We'll wait for his question.
Sure, sure. And we have 45 folks. Feel free to unmute, interrupt, and ask the question. I mean, we are less folks only, so you feel free to put up the questions and ask. Uh, okay. So how does this mean? Like, what is it happening here? Neural network. If I just say dogs are, neural network will analyze and say animal. Okay, fair enough. Like, what is the input and what is the output based on neural network? Let's say again I'm feeding dogs are animal. This is what I'm feeding to neural network, and neural network is will generate dogs are animal that do something something and omnivorous and everything, all the details. Okay. So hope you are getting what is it about neural network. Now, how does neural network exactly know the dogs are animal? Anyone? How would this neural network exactly know that dogs are animal? Machine learning. Okay. Anything else? So this part which I was saying, GPT. Now G was generating the output. Okay. Transformer. T stands for transformer. What does transformer means? It's transforming the output the way we want. Okay. It, pre-existing data has been fed. Great. it may have certain input. Take data from Google database. Exactly. Okay. I'll combine all of your answers and say it. We train the model. Okay. So just think about it, like when a kid is born, does he or she knows everything? When a kid is born, does he or she knows everything? No. But does the kid has a brain? Does the kid has a brain? Yes, kid has a brain, right? So it starts learning. It starts learning. From where it learns? From where it learns? It sees the kid see people around, right? The kid see people around. So Aniket says is the method of internet teaches computer to process data and inspect. Exactly. Yeah, environment, parent, surrounding. Now there are a lot of things. And as I was talking about brain only, right? So models are like brain, and initially the brain is blank. Okay, blank. Now someone has said Google database, right? Now there could be a lot of data. Okay, so not only Google database, let's say a lot of data. If you know GPT 3.5 is fed with all the data which is before 2021. Okay, so all the data we feed in, we feed in. Okay, so this part of data, when we feed it, it learned something. It learned something and exactly started giving me output. Okay, based on the input. So this is all data. So do you think only data is sufficient to uh, train the, let's say, model? So what else do you think? So Gaurav and John says no. So what else do you think we should bring in to train model more? Only by visual. Okay. Anything else? Ability to process data. So it's all related to data. Ability to process data, correct data. Okay. I will take that word, correct data. Okay. Anything else? Algorithms. Okay. Anything else? I'm asking, let's say I am asking, this child needed to be trained. Okay. And as everyone said, right? You guys only said data is the oil. I mean, which is what is training the model. Okay, training the model. Now tell me, is the data is enough? Now I'll tell you one question. Okay, in go to Google or GPT, uh, write about how to rob a bank, or let's say how to suicide or something like that. Do you think these data will not be there uh, with the model to give the answer, correct answer? What are you expecting when I ask these questions to GPT or Google? Number of steps to how to rob the bank, or number of steps how to do the suicide? Yeah, is it correct? That is what we are expecting. Agree? I want everyone's opinion in this. That okay, if I am asking this question, should ChatGPT uh, or the Google uh, should show the responses? Uh, yes, Kishan, I'll try to keep it as layman as possible. Google not answer to those questions as we expect. Okay, exactly, Rakshita. Google will not means answer as we expect. It will not give number of steps how to do suicide or number of steps how to rob the bank. And do you think that they will not have this data, that how to rob the bank or how to do the suicide, easiest way to do the hurt yourself? Do you think they'll have the data? Not have the data? They have the data, but how are they able to manage these questions out of their responses? How are they manage? Privacy. Okay. Okay. Now I'll tell two words. Okay. Correct guidelines. Okay, great. So that's what I have taken this word, correct data. Okay. Now I'll tell first, first way how we train the model is unsupervised generative pre-training. Okay. Unsupervised generative pre-training. Next, what we do is, next is reinforcement. Okay. Reinforcement, reinforcement learning with human feedback. Okay. Just like a child. Okay. Just like a child. We tell a child what is good and what is bad, right? Everything is fair, right? But we tell a child that, okay, this, when you're going toward the, let's say, lion, it is bad because they may hurt you. When you're going toward, let's say, bull, it is bad. They may hurt you. And what is good? So there are two type of training. One which unsupervised, which I talked about, like a lot of data, unsupervised. We are just feeding in data to the model, and model is learning, okay, this is that, this is what we do. Okay. The other is when model is prepared with everything that, okay, these are the data, all over the world data, 2022 until whatever we have the data we feed in, that how to do this. Now humans are also involved. Understand this, humans are also involved in between, who is training the model that what is wrong, what is right, what is biased, what is not biased. Okay. Now we ask, generally we ask question, right? In Russia Ukraine war, uh, who is correct? I mean, is Russia is correct or is Ukraine is correct? We generally ask, right? Do we ask? And then we say that, okay, if GPT is saying that, okay, Russia is right in Russia Ukraine war, then we say that, okay, GPT is biased toward Russia, is it? Or we say GPT is biased toward Ukraine because GPT is saying Ukraine is right. Then how do we remove these biases? How do we remove these biases? Anyone? This is one example. Or let's say we say ethical bias. Ethical bias is what? We'll say, just we'll generalize. Okay, Chinese are good at badminton, but nowadays everyone has started playing badminton. These are ethical biases, right? But are these every time correct? No. Then how do we train that? Okay, we have data, but we cannot generalize it, right? So how do we tackle this? That is what human feedback comes in. Human feedback, the training. Okay. The short form of it is reinforcement, reinforcement, RLHF. Learn about it. Very important concept. Okay. RLHF. Everyone with me until here? Anyone, any question? Anyone, any question? Anyone? No, sir. No, sir. Re RLHF. RLHF. Reinforcement learning with human feedback. Okay. Okay, great. In this, how we feed them. Okay. So it's again neural network, right? That is much of the technical part, John. In the detailed session, I can take how we feed data, but understand this, that a huge database which has all the data, there's a data pipeline concept where we take the pipeline data from the pipeline and feed to the model. That's it, I can tell practically. Yeah. Okay. Now we have learned about model, means uh, how the neural network, at least on the brain wise, work. Okay. Now we see generative AI, right? We see a lot of model everywhere. Um, you would have heard about LLAMA, lemma model, or CLAUDE, Claude model, or you would have also heard GPT-3, GPT-4, right? Or we say GPT-4o, correct? do we hear this model name, or we see Bard, which is by Google, right? Anyone who wouldn't have heard any of two here? I mean, at least one or two names are you aware of? Whatever I wrote here. Anyone who doesn't know? Okay. In nutshell, what I'll say, GPT-3 and 3.5 is free. Okay. But GPT-4 is charged. It's not free. Okay. They charge for it. They charge money for it. So what could be the difference? What is the difference? Why they are charging money for GPT-4? Why they are not charging money for GPT-3? Anyone? You see chat GPT, right? And you see that you have to buy a subscription plan or something like that for GPT-4 or something. No? Anyone? Or no one has used chat GPT at all? Document download, upload, and more advanced version. It already have many input from public. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So yes, great. I appreciate the answer, John and Aranyaka, Saitnan, Fiza. Yeah. So what all these were easy to work? Okay. What all these which actually make it premium? Okay. One is speed. One is speed. Other one is easy to use, as someone has said easy to use. Okay. Other one, capability. Yeah. Other one, specialized. These are categories where models can be created. Okay. Based on that, the cost matters. Okay. And okay, I'll give simple layman term. Okay. Integrate. How we can integrate. Does the cost of Virat Kohli in IPL is same as someone who is directly coming from Ranji and a fresh IPL player? Are they both same? No, no. So why is Virat Kohli costlier than any fresher coming directly for the IPL? Experience, specialization, right? Skilled. Very good answer. Okay, skilled. So that is what we say. ChatGPT 4 is more skilled. If you ask ChatGPT 4 or 4.0 that write a story on write a horror story, let's say, ChatGPT 4 or 4.0 would be able to write a better story than ChatGPT 3. Okay, that's where the price is. And how is this becoming a skill? How is Virat Kohli is becoming a skill? How is ChatGPT 4 is becoming a skill? How are these becoming skilled? Go back to previous one. How unsupervised generative pre-training we did, how much data we feed in, and how much human feedback we have given, okay, to train the model. Yeah, how much we have trained the model, that decide speed of the model, that decide easy to use or not, how much training we have given, that decide capability, that decide specialization of the model, that decide cost of the model, that decide whether we can integrate the model with everywhere or not. Yeah, so these are the things which actually decides the model behavior and hence the price. Everyone with me until here? So it's not the cost of, is it cost of product? Is it cost of product? Is it cost of chat GPT, or is it cost of model? Is it the chat GPT which is costing us more, or is it the model which is costing us more? It's cost of model. Now you are understanding. Okay, it's cost of model. Yes. So hope everyone is clear with the model word specifically. Okay. Now there are many model. I mean, day to day, it's ever growing. we are seeing text to text model. Okay. If I could paste one image here, let me try. I'll show what all models we can bring in. Not sure if we can paste. No, we cannot paste. Okay. Just a second. Oh, sorry. Just a second. Yeah, my screen is again shared. I'll paste one image so you'll understand how many type of models actually exist. Hope I can edit. Okay, great. So these many type of models actually exist. Currently exist. We can have text to text. We can have text to images, image to image, image to image, speech to image, text to audio, text to video. You would have seen of late many stories are coming in that wherein it is generated by AI, like videos. Have you ever seen in social media or everywhere that okay, this complete story is being made by AI? That is what text to video is about. Okay, so these are like it's not just text to text, text to image. Why I'm trying to tell this that we can generate anything, because we can do whatever to whatever. Okay, this is what we generalize it. It's not just text to image, image to text, or video to text and all these things. It's whatever to whatever we can generate is the generative AI. Yeah. So a simple example, if I give, let's say here I can paste. Okay, here only I'll paste this one. Okay, I had given this prompt to GPT. Okay, what you would see here is uh, where could I hide something valuable in this room? Okay, you're seeing one image I have given, which has a guitar, table, sofa, something here. Okay,
Ashish,
and
the PPT is not in a presentation.
yep, I'll be not able to paste the image, so I kept it like
Oh,
this.
okay, okay.
Okay, is it too small to view? Like, or I'll make it a bit. Uh, just a second. F11 function F11. Okay, just a second. Okay, here. Hmm. Yep. So do you see the image here? Like what are you getting from image? That the capability GPT is able to do, what it is able to do, it is able to tell me that where all I can hide the what? The item. Okay. So behind the map, inside the guitar. So it is analyzing the image. You're seeing it is analyzing the image. So this is the level of advancement currently GPT is going, chat GPT. But I'm giving a gist that what all is possible. Okay, based on the learning. Now there are two type of things. One is nowadays also started coming is small language model SLM, and LLM, which I already talked about, large language model. Now, large language model is actually generating all these things, big stuffs. But what is SLM? SLM can be a very small thing. If we say John Fall, and it takes the input and say down, only one word answer it will generate. It will not be able to do a lot of things, but specialized thing. Okay. So what all large? Okay. Now tell me, can I make a model which can work as a doctor? Can I make a model which can work as a doctor? Can I provide the specialization? No. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Can I make a model which can work as a lawyer? Let's say legal advice, strategy, all those things. Until we'll get in future, maybe yes. Okay. Okay. I'll come to that part. So this part you have understood, that how is model working, how is GPT is about. Okay, so what is the biggest limitation here when we are learning about GPT or anything which we are doing? Okay, we are using GPT, we are asking question. Okay, now what is GPT? A brain, a human like person who has a brain. Okay, now if you are asking right question, you are getting right answer. Okay, do you hear sometimes that, okay, I haven't asked right question, that's why I couldn't hear the proper output, something like that? If I'm not able to question you properly, you may not give me the answer properly. Okay, let's say when we ask for a direction, uh, we are asking how to go to Delhi. Okay, and not specifying, I am expecting that you will answer me 5 ways how to go to Delhi. That, okay, this is flight, by flight, this one bus, this one train, this one. There are 5 ways how to go to Delhi. But this GPT is not giving me this detail. Okay. So why? Because I am just asking how to go to Delhi. Okay. Now, if I say, what are the transport modes to go to Delhi? Okay. If I say, what are the transport modes to go to Delhi? Okay, then we will see this 5 answer: 1, 2, 3, 4, all flight, bus, train, or whatsoever. Okay, but this question is different: transport mode to go to Delhi, and this question is different: that how to go to Delhi. In how to go to Delhi, maybe GPT says you have the wing, just go fly. This GPT doesn't know whether you are a human, you are the person who is asking is a bird. Is it? You're understanding the question? I mean, the difference between understanding. Uh, hope you're understanding. How to go to Delhi is more like a generalized. I'm not asking that, okay, uh, and GPT doesn't know that whether I could fly or not, and saying that, okay, you fly. Yeah. So what does this says? This says is asking the right question is very important. The asking the right question is very important, and that is what the word we say is prompt engineering. What prompt we give generates the output what we want. Okay, so uh, biggest limitation, as I said, is you, because you are not asking the correct question, or you are not asking the correct uh, output. Okay, now I'll tell you the timeline, like the age of AI. Okay, so we, ever since we born, right, or human came as an homo sapien, not we born much later than homo sapien. So our human intelligence, okay, we grew, but we grew like this, assume. Okay, our human intelligence grew like this. Okay, and even now it is a consistently growing, but not that fast pace. Yeah, so this is time as we came into the world, homo sapien, and this is capabilities. Okay, what does capabilities means? Just tell me, were we able to do agriculture earlier? We learned it, right? uh, Printing press, steam engine we invented, telegraph we invented, fire we invented, but we learned it. Our capabilities has grown up, and we made it to learn. So this is our human intelligence. Yeah, agree? But now, when does the computer came? Let's say computer came 80 years ago. Okay, 80 years ago computer came, right? Getting? Now, when the computer came, it started acquiring knowledge and started gaining the capabilities. Computer started gaining the capability. Earlier, we didn't had calculator. Mathematicians were there who used to calculate and give the uh, output for huge input, right? Now calculator were invented, then computer came, then recommendation system became, means Google recommendation, Amazon recommendation, all this. And that is where AI started growing. AI started growing. Now it is growing as exponential phase. Okay, like this. We are at currently this stage where human is this one and machine is this one. Both are thinking we are equally smart. Okay, we are the important one. We are the first. Okay, we are at this stage and we don't know whether it will go this way or it will go this way. I mean, whether it will keep learning or it will be stopped somewhere. Okay, but we are at a stage where we are exactly thinking like, okay, human intelligence and um, artificial intelligence, by the way, this blue line is artificial intelligence, are kind of going same to same. Okay, because it is getting, means revolution is fast, it is fast revolution. AI is going as fast revolution. But why are we saying human intelligence is still going as this? Because humans are learning slow. Okay, we that is what our capability, I'll say. Now, do we, how do we generate the mindset toward the generative AI? Okay, here also we see two type of people. One are in denial. Denial as in they are saying, nah, AI can't do my job. Okay, they are saying AI cannot do my job. They are in denial. Okay, or we don't have time to look into AI. We don't have time to look into AI. Okay, this is one way of looking at it where people are actually in denial mode. Second way we are seeing is the people who are in panic mode. They are saying AI is going to steal my job. AI is stealing my job. Yeah, or we will go bankrupt. You remember when the GPT came, which was the first website goes bankrupt? Not bankrupt, but almost the relevance was nil after the GPT came. Which was that website? Anyone? Those who are from technical background, you should know that website. Have you guys ever heard of Stack Overflow website? AWS. Okay. Do you guys know about a Stack Overflow website? Generally technical answers. Okay, a Stack Overflow website is where you give technical questions, like a Reddit kind of thing, where you give technical questions and you get technical answers. Okay. Now, when GPT came, GPT were able to give, GPT is able to give all the answers. So Stack Overflow became irrelevant. So there are two type of mindset. One is in denial mode, that okay, AI cannot do my job. One is in panic mode. AI is stealing my job. So these both are actually bad. Now, what you need to develop is it's about positive, which is more about uh, you need to take the AI as a companion. Okay, you need to say I will be productive using AI. Yeah, you need to know, correct. Okay, we'll be insanely productive. We'll do our things really fast when we use AI. Okay, so this is about uh, the mindset what we are keeping about it. Now treat AI, whatever I show, model and all, treat it as a companion which can do lot of stuff for you, and at the same time, generally we ask, is human role is still needed? I'll paste one image, just a second. Keep, okay, human roles, hope visible, okay. So this is the human role. Like, we say, is doctor still needed? Is developer still needed? Is lawyer still needed? CEO, teacher, etc. all are still needed. Yes, it is needed. Just see AI as your companion, not as your competitor. So someone who can decide what to ask and how, provide context, legal compliance, data security, evaluate result, compensate for all the weakness you have. That is how AI can help you. Yeah, everyone got it? So this is how we should visualize AI. Yeah, I work as X, my biggest challenge is Y, how can you help me? And AI is the one who is helping you and generating the output. Okay, great. So there are, I last part I'll tell, there are stages of AI which are, I still have, I guess, how much, 2-3 minutes, so I'll tell about stages wherein, we have seen rule based AI. Like, in rule based, what happened is, your calculator or your clock, we say clock to give an alarm at 4 a.m., that is rule based. Or room temperature, if it is 27-degree, that is, if room temperature goes beyond 27-degree, switch on the AC. Okay, those are rule based. Second is, context based. Context based AI is, your, Google recommendation, Amazon recommendation to buy, purchase, those things. Okay. Third is narrow domain AI. Narrow domain AI is, which is having experience, specialized experience. Let's say medical. The model is trained with medical or legal, all these things. Narrow domain AI. Fourth, very important, reasoning AI. What is reasoning AI? This is where, this is first stage, second stage, third stage, fourth stage. We are at fourth stage currently, where AI is able to reason you. Okay, like what is right, what is wrong. I already talked about, let's, that we can ask how to rob a bank, and it will show that it is not a good idea. That is about reasoning. AI is doing reasoning. And after this, this is very advanced stage, which we call artificial general AI. Artificial general AI. Okay, read about it. Highly recommended. AGI. Exactly at this, uh, exactly at this stage, all the industry is trying to solve the problem. What would this do? Artificial general intelligence will have the emotions like human. It will have, I mean, it can get the favorite music. It can, go through the recipe and tell you that which is good, which is bad, all these things. So artificial general intelligence is the place what currently industry is actually, innovating around. Yeah. And the last part, but not the least, I leave you with, that a lot of it we cover, that, responsible AI. Because, AI can be dangerous. Of course, AI can be, harmful also. So every industry keep the, AI to be done in a responsible way. Okay, what does responsible mean? What does respond? Okay, I think, did the share got over?
Yeah, Ashish.
Oh, okay. I'm not able to share, but I'll continue to talk. No worries. So responsible AI, I think I'm not the host now, no more the
One,
host. So
yeah,
I'll
once.
I'll tell about it. Siddharth, no worries. So responsible AI is
Hey, Ashish, just changing that in 1 second. Just making the post 1 second.
sure, sure. No worries.
Yeah, I've done that, Dipanjan.
Okay, I think share. Okay, no worries. Yeah. So responsible AI is, as I said, right? I talked about model in detail, that how we train it. Now, if you train the model to become a criminal, it will become a criminal. If you train a model to become a good person, it will become a good person. So it's all on the industry, like how, let's say, Google is developing their AI, Microsoft is developing their AI. How they are developing their AI, they carry the responsibility of uh, making it good for the world. Okay, so you would see that responsible AI means it should be secure, it should be unbiased toward any religion, any human, any region, any country, or it should be justifiable, monitorable, means you should be able to monitor AI and able to close it. It should not be like it keeps learning and start attacking every human. Also, it should be reproducible, explainable. So all this part of responsible AI also when we learn. So this is all I have for today's session. I think you guys have been really great audience, and any question if you have, you can put it in chat.
Thank you so much, Ashish, for this very insightful session. I think you broke it down wonderfully. So,
Thank you,
guys,
Siddharth.
yeah. So, guys, you have 5 to 6 minutes, so we can take up a couple of questions. You can either put it in the chat or you can unmute. आप चैट में भी लिख सकते हैं या अनम्यूट करके भी पूछ सकते हैं. 5-6 मिनट है हमारे पास. We have Ashish here till that time, so
Yep.
please use this time.
So John says, and also why can
Hello, sir. Hello.
yeah, Gaurav, go ahead. Can you hear me?
सर
Yeah.
अगर फ्यूचर में भी ऐसे ट्रेनिंग सेशन करने वाले हैं
That I think should be answered by Siddharth and Dipanjan. Hopefully, we'll have something in future as well. Yep.
Yeah, Gaurav, we are planning some
बिकॉज सर मैं
sessions.
इसीलिए पूछ रहा हूँ
जी जी गौरव, हम ऐसे कुछ सेशंस
यस
प्लान
यस
कर
यस
रहे हैं कुछ सीरीज में.
बिकॉज दिस इज माय इनिशियल स्टेज
Mhm.
ओके ओके, डोंट
टू
वरी.
लर्न एआई
Mhm.
दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग
Got it. Got it. No worries. Yeah, we'll have this session in future also, Gaurav.
ओके सर थैंक यू
Absolutely. I think you were answering one question,
Yep.
Ashish, John. Yeah.
Also, why can we make a protocol to stop what you spoken last? I didn't get his question, John. If you can unmute and you can ask.
Hello.
Yeah,
Someone raised his hand.
Yeah, this is Vishnu.
Okay, yeah, go ahead,
go ahead.
please.
Yeah, the future will be over. Totally, it's a generative of AI. So totally, or some products like present
This
not user to AI is a robotic.
it's not robot. It's a compute. I will say the service. Hope
Oh,
I am getting
service
your
based will be
yeah question right. If I'm getting your question right, it's not about
yeah.
robot. It's about service. Okay, all this model are services. I guess Sayantan has question. Yeah, Sayantan, go ahead.
Yes, hello and good evening, sir.
Good
Sir,
evening.
thank you for the session. Sir, I have a question. My question is like, sir, I'm a job person. I'm working now. So, sir,
Mhm.
as a job person, sir, and sir, I'm also a student. Like, so what are the tools? Like ChatGPT is very famous. We know. What are
Mhm.
other tools or websites are there that can really help us to get more familiar with AI? That is my question, sir. If there is there any tools or website, if you can recommend some, sir.
So, as in reading purpose or using purpose, there are two things. One is like learning. You want to learn generative AI, or you want to produce the content. So,
Sir, basically both. I want to learn more about AI and also be more familiar with the already existing tools and how
Mhm.
how can I adapt them into my into my life, into my day-to-day activities. So can you suggest me some?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So based on your, I mean, job profile, let's say if you're in coding, the GitHub Copilot
So,
is there.
so
Okay,
I'm into marketing, sir.
marketing.
Marketing executive. Yeah.
So marketing, I guess we generate a lot of content on images and videos, right?
Right. Right.
So
Yes, sir.
I think GPT is already GPT 4.0 is already giving a lot of uh, uh, value to the generating videos. Now I have shared my screen again. You would see a designer, okay, designer.microsoft.com. Now if I give here prompt a photorealistic image of a small bright red shack sitting on top of this thing. I mean, this is one of our other website. Okay. Now like this, there are
Okay.
of lot of tools available currently in market which actually generate images and videos. Okay. Uh, Not telling that everything is free. There are many websites which are actually charged, but what I would suggest you to at least try out those tools. Like one tool I have shown you, right? When I shared a screen, that I generated a photo realistic image of a small bright red stack on top of lake. The water of the lake should be serene, calm, and peaceful in blue, and the sky should have soft, wispy cloud. The full text I have given, what kind of image I am expecting, and it has generated. This is kind of free, okay, and then I can download. Now there are many websites which is actually doing this, okay, so I would highly suggest to check on those websites. At least the trial versions are free. Maybe you can generate 10 images, 2 videos kind of scenario, and then you can make your thought on how to utilize that to make your day productive. Okay, that is the important part. You should be like, if at marketing, let's say, I'm just connecting from the coding side. What I used to code or develop in 10 days, now I'm able to do in 2 days, just because with GitHub Copilot, I'm able to generate code within a second. So that is what I'm expecting even in marketing. If you're able to use ChatGPT or the image generation or the video generation effectively, your work of 10 days can be shortened to 2 days. Hope that makes sense.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. And so one last question. So I got it. Sir. This question has been very clear. So one
Mhm.
last question. Sir, like what are the career opportunities are there, sir? Like if I want to study AI professionally and if I want to make money out of it, like to get a job into this field, like what are the career opportunities that I can opt for?
See, this is very generalized thing, Santan. So what I'll say, right? There are two items. One is generating business out of AI. Okay. So let's say you have told that you are from marketing field and you are using generative AI to help you to generate business. Okay. Or to make you productive. That is one way of making the career out of generative AI. Second way is uh, being on the research side, which is like how this generative AI internally working. Okay, where the model is fed, model is prepared, which is very limited, I would say. Okay, now to make the career out of generative AI, I would say as a coder, I can make a good career out of it because I am now fast and very much what is that productive. So
Yeah.
just decide your line, which is your line, and use the technology to make you productive. Second thing, I talked about the research to train the model to do the stuffs. Those things requires learning, those things requires research, which may take longer time to execute and learn. Yeah, and make the career out of it. Hope this
Okay, sir.
clarifies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, okay. Thank you so much,
Yep.
sir.
No worries, thank you.
Ashish, I think we have one more minute. John has replied. I think we can take his
We can
question.
unmute him, or let me go through chat.
John, if you're there, you can unmute and ask. I think he asked the question initially, so we can take up his and we'll wind up the
Yep,
session.
yep. To stop wrongdoing. His question is around, I think, responsible AI. So he's asking about if we can stop the complete AI thing or the responsible AI. So John, there are multiple. I think someone is unmute. Okay, there are multiple like regulation, I would say. Okay, which actually regulates all the AI development. Okay, if you read about news, uh, Facebook had generated one robot and they immediately closed the research because the uh, two services started talking to each other in unknown language, which humans were not able to understand. They learned so much. Okay, so ideally, every company takes care of responsible AI. Otherwise, also there is a fraternity which regulates how the AI should be utilized. Okay, so regulation is there, but yeah, if you are training in wrong way, then it's we should say you should be careful. Yeah. Yes, John, go ahead.
Ashish, I think
We are good.
unfortunately we are out of
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Nice talking to you. And I have gained a lot of knowledge. System admin. I'm just trying to learn AI on that. In this scenario, whether it can help me on the system administrator like that.
John.
John, I think I'm really sorry we are out of time for
It's
today.
taking 2 times.
We'll take up the questions in the following session, or you can definitely put it in the Apna community page. We'll get Ashish to address it, or some of the other mentors to take it up. But for today, really sorry, we have to wind it up. So yeah, I'd like to conclude two quick things, guys. Please do fill out the feedback form, and it will help us improve the further sessions. It will help us bring good speakers like Ashish to guide you guys. And also, I've shared Apna's exclusive website. You can visit that website. Here you will find all the recordings, including this one, and you can check upcoming events there. So with that, we'll come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, Ashish, for joining and for sharing your expertise with us. Uh, I could understand, so I'm guessing others also found it very insightful. And I think we answered most of the doubts and queries. One or two, we'll have to take it up. We'll take it up later. So thank you so much, Ashish. Again, guys, please do fill the feedback form. So we hope to see you in the next session. And yeah, thank you. Good night. Have a great
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Siddharth. Great day.
Thanks
Bye
a lot,
bye.
man. This will be very. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care.